Well, in this little video I finally get back to work on my boat. I built a half or quarter scale model of my folded boat, and I also review the battery system for the folded sailing tender. Enjoy! All power. All blue lights on.
To escape the lies of my sordid past, I sailed upon my journey at last. A poet's home as far you see, from fallen angels lost at sea. And so I made my journey long, the sum of it is in my song. I behold my worldly oats and fly upon my folded boat. My folded boat is sailing true upon the wind that nature blew. The sharks and dolphins all attest my folded boat is sailing best down the long and windy way. My folded boat on nature's spray, passing giant sharky kind. My folding boat are all inclines. Now that my folded boat is two, o'er many passages winds it through, and landing on some impossible shore, out I climb, my boat I stow. 'Tis hiding as my folded gate, as I my escapade do make. My folded boat I leave once more upon its little pebbly shore. The sharks and dolphins all attest my folded boat is resting best upon the shore that nature drew. My folded boat is resting true until such time I reappear. My folded boat is waiting here.
Good morning. As you can see, I've got this object out here, and my folded boat is now made in its quarter scale model of it. And it's been very useful experience to build it in a larger size. For one thing, it's easy to take the dimensions off now because everything just double. Whatever the dimension is there, it's twice that on the other boat. So twice the length gives you 4 times as much of the boat. So anyway, this object here, I've done a little review of this on this video for you, so you can have a look at it. This is what I'm going to use to power the electric dinghy, and the idea is that you motor and sail at the same time. So you don't actually need, on the back of the boat, you don't need a tiller, because the electric motor is going to be the tiller. And you can turn it right down low, and or you can have it going faster. And so I've been weighing up how to install this in the little electric dinghy, because it has to obviously be protected from having water gushing around it, and weighing up its weight, and so it obviously needs to be in the front of the boat. And now I can see the size of it because I can actually put it into the boat and say, okay, it's double that size, and I can see it's going to fit okay in there. And so it's going to go probably behind the mast, where the mast goes through. It'll probably go in there somewhere, and be raised a little bit off the ground so that if water does get in the bottom of the boat, take a wave over the front, it's not going to come up into the level of the battery. So all these things need to be considered. So this is a good reason for building this part-sized model, if you like, and also give me some idea of the flexibility of this thing. I'm going to show you now. Now, you can see that it's not as obvious. The way this thing moved was quite obvious how the pressures and with the way the forces were being generated. I may have to take the camera back a little bit, I'm not sure. Let's try that, see if you can see that. Okay, so you can see that as it pushes down here, so the sides take on a more rounded form and the pressures are spread evenly throughout the whole boat. And so as long as these are fairly stiff, it's going to serve its purpose. Now, I've been thinking about the construction of it, and the way this was made was very, very pleasant to do. This kind of, I did this with glue and paper, in the same way as you might do it with canvas and glue, and it was a very pleasant experience to do it. And so I'm considering using ordinary old-fashioned white canvas and covering it all with white canvas, and using the canvas I'll make it so that it's wired in certain places. Also have one down the middle, of course, down here. I haven't put that in, and so it can fold on the wires, and then the seam will be painted with a rubberized paint so that is also flexible. PVA paint, or PVC, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. You guys probably know better than I do. So it's been a very useful experiment, and also to get some ideas about how these parts might work. Having a full-size model is very useful. I don't know if any of you watched my music video the other day that I made on Boxing Day, and these words, tolling for the outcast, tolling for the regal, tolling and we toll in the distance. I did not know what this meant, and so I meditated on this in my sleep at night, and I realized the profundity of this is that these are bells that are tolling, and as we toll ourselves in one country, for example, so the tolling, the bells in the other country also toll with sympathetic vibration. And my lady sent me some video, disturbing video, of the very aggressive, terrible German police dealing with children, spraying children with pepper spray, and just generally being bullies, really, with the people. And the people starting to shout back, but not able to deal with these police yet. But it will come in the end. And these are sympathetic vibrations ringing all over the world for freedom. Freedom from the enslavement by the system as it stands now, and the modification of the system that need to eliminate bullying, because it's only the bullies that have weapons, and they're using these weapons against the people. So it's necessary to completely do away with these people. Now, another interesting thing that I thought today, I'll leave it for another time. Yeah, now, some people may think that I have some kind of motive for doing what I do, and I just wanted to tell everybody that I have no motive. I don't do anything with any preconceived motive, if you like, which is most unusual for a lot of people, because a lot of people don't do anything without a motive, and so they spend their life trying to find a motive in the behaviour of other people, and there is no motive. If you're part of nature, you don't have any motive anymore. Nature is your motive force, and nature is bringing it out of, everything is coming out of you in the now moment. And what can happen? Anything. I might say something, I might say nothing. Or I might make a video, I might not. Or I might delete all my videos on YouTube and go and do something else. It's not up to me. I don't have any motive involved in this. I'm not trying to make money out of a YouTube channel, as a lot of people end up wanting. Their motive becomes this. And I don't promote my channel in any way. It's up to, if anybody wants to promote my channel, it's up to them to promote it. It's not my business to be some kind of a promoter. It's enough for me to do what my part of what nature wants me to do. The light is coming very strongly in here. It looks like it's going straight in the camera lens. I hope it's not causing a problem. There was something else. Christmas time. A lot of people don't know. I've studied a lot of ancient history, and so a lot of people don't know what I've learned from reading a lot. And I once spent 3 years in bed just reading book after book after book after book. This was a very good way of getting through a lot of stuff. And one of the things I learned that I did not know before this was that in the olden days, all contracts ceased at the end of the year. And so in this period that we live in, everybody is free, completely free, that they have no master. Their contract was terminated if they had a contract to, work for somebody or something like that. It was automatically the contract automatically ceased for perhaps a month around the time of Christmas, and everybody went home with their wives and families and they were all free, completely free, and they did not know what they were going to do in the new year, whose contract they would then make. Would they make a contract with the same as it was last year, or will they do something completely different? And so they were able to, if you like, toll in sympathy with all the other bells, free bells tolling around them, and then out of this free tolling the new year would emerge, and everybody would find their middle positions in society to continue their movement. And those who had learnt many things and it was time for them to move on to different occupations, they would move, and they would do, or they would decide to go on pilgrimage and go on a journey or something like this. And so the world was quite a different place. But now, because all the contracts carry on, there's no termination of the contracts. This really means that the whole world is enslaved by their contracts. Because if you have a contract, you can't be free. You can't choose to do. Not like me. I can decide just to go and do anything I like. And I've been able to do that for the best part of 20 years. I haven't had any contract or any appointment with anybody for 20 years. Something to think about. And what I have learned in 20 years compared to what I knew before that is astronomical. And I'm hoping to bring some of this to you people, a small group of people who are interested in this kind of stuff, so that you might learn what I learned, so that when I die, this sort of stuff my contracts and things like that, and the truth about copyright and all that, that is preserved, that knowledge is preserved because it's not widely known. These things are not widely known, and the only place to find out anything these days is on YouTube. I don't watch any TV channel, any news channel, anything like that. All I watch are other creators' channels, like my own. That is my news now. This is the new way forward, so that all these sympathetic bells can all toll together from the various channels who are subscribed, each one to the other. Thank you. All power. All blue lights on. Fully charged on arrival. It's just starting to warm itself up. It's just a little, it's not hot, it's just a little bit warm. Of course it doesn't have water to cool it, but it's not hot. It's not hot at all. There's no load on this, of course, but there's a load that's it's using electricity to power it now. This is just going to go forever like this, on this thing. Just going to go forever. What do I do? Should I put on full power and see what happens? Okay, we'll leave it like that for a while. Full power. We'll come back again, yeah? Oh, and in the house it makes quite a lot of noise, so probably be alright to sailboat with the wind blowing. It's pretty noisy here. They all would be, it's not this particular motor, they all would make this noise. Well, it's been going for full power now for a long time. We've just about got an hour on the job here, and look at this. It hasn't even moved, it's just the same. It's just going to do this forever, and so I'm just going to turn it off. But that's reverse, shouldn't do that. Okay. And so I'm very, very pleased with that. And this thing, it hasn't even made a dent in this thing, doing all that. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see how this object performs. And it's an experiment, that's all it is, because it's better to experiment with a small amount of amp hours, because then you can see I'm not getting a result here. If it was a 1 amp hour battery, I'd be able to find out something, but I don't know, it's just going forever. So when I actually get this on the water in the dinghy and on the boat and that, and I can do proper testing like this, but this thing's actually sitting at full power here, and if I have a look, I'll test it. Okay, there you go. It's down to, it's lost its highest number here. So let's use some of it. Wow, an hour's motoring. That's just great, isn't it? Oh, and one more thing. This switch is just so really, really great that you can turn the thing off and on like that. And these kind of switches to deal with this kind of power is not common and expensive. And so this whole unit is very, very, very good value for what it is, and very much able to be easily put into your dinghy and taken with you, or moved around your boat. It's not going to move, it's heavy. You can just put it down on the floor anyway. It's got rubber things here, and it will just stay there and turn the light on, get blinded by the light. Thank you.